Hello friends, today's topic is BEPS Action Plan 8 to 10, which is related to transfer pricing outcomes, wherein we will understand what are the OECD issues, wherein we will understand what are the issues highlighted by OECD which are related to transfer pricing and how they are supposed to be addressed. So friends, Action Plan 8 to 10, transfer pricing outcomes. Herein, the issues related to transfer pricing are value creation, intangibles, risk and capital, and other high risk transactions, wherein there has been unequitable distribution of revenue, risk, and accordingly, the portion of share of income or tax has not been equitably distributed by way of value creation, intangibles, risk, and capital, and accordingly, this has cut start. This has resulted in effects of BEPS. Here, specific issues, transfer pricing related issues that we will discuss are value creation. Value creation means wherever the economic activity of a particular transaction is completed, there only the income should be distributed. Meaning, wherever the value is created from a particular transaction, that should be where the effective income should be distributed. Let's take an example wherein royalty and research and development expenditure. Resident country, source country. Resident country is investing in a developing source country for the purpose of conducting research and development activity. All the expenses are incurred in the source country and research and development is conducted in the source country. However, there is an agreement between resident and source country wherein once the product is developed, it should be transferred to the resident country, to the funding company, to the funding country. So here you can say value is created in the source country, research and development activities are created in the source country, and thereafter the product which is developed, which is you can say a patented product, the product which is developed is transferred to the resident country on which they will sell that product and earn royalty from the same. So income will ultimately flow to the resident country, to the company which is in resident country. However, the efforts are created in the source country through research and development activity. Ideally, the value was created in the source country, and accordingly, BEPS Action Plan 8 is trying to say, BEPS Action Plan 8 to 10 are trying to suggest that wherever value is created, income should be flowing in that country. Income should be distributed in that country. Just an example to make you understand what is the concept of value creation. Similarly, intangibles. It has been very difficult in valuing the intangibles. There is ambiguity in valuing the intangibles, and this has resulted in unequitable distribution of revenue related to intangibles. This has also been a sort of concern for OECD, wherein there has been problem in valuing intangibles and how the income has to be distributed between amongst the firm equitably through the value of intangibles. So problem of value creation, problem of intangibles. Though intangibles may have been valued, though though company is successfully valuing the intangibles, but the same is distorted and used for the purpose of benefit of MNC, and tax administrators are not able to challenge such distribution. This is where the problem is. Similarly, risk and capital. The correlation between distribution of income and the risk taken by an entity is missing. There is no correlation between the risk taken by an entity and distribution of income. Similarly, the entities which are funding and correlation between the entities which are funding and the level of activity that they are conducting. There is no correlation between the same. So, through these examples, you can say transfer pricing is being distorted, distribution of income is being distorted only to effectively reduce the tax rate or for non-taxation of an income. And OECD through action plan, BEPS Action Plan 8 to 10 has tried to address this issue, wherein there have been OECD has been trying to strengthen the existing transfer pricing rules. Existing transfer pricing rules, you can see they are reflecting in Article 9 of the OECD Model Tax Convention or UN Model Tax Convention. There are transfer pricing guidelines also available, which mentions outcomes or standards which will address this issue. So OECD transfer pricing guidelines, also transfer pricing rules in Article 9 of Model Tax Convention, which is reflecting in double taxation avoidance agreement between the treaty partners. On your screen, Action Plan 8 to 10 transfer pricing outcomes. Transfer pricing has been a core focus of the BEPS Action Plan, and if you see, out of the total 15 BEPS Action Plan, you will see almost 7 to 8 action plans are related to transfer pricing. So you can see that how glaring the issue may be and how important it is to address this issue. So transfer pricing has been a core focus of BEPS action plans. Outcomes in line with value creation, intangibles, risk and capital, and other high risk transactions. So these pointers we have discussed, which we will be discussing in subsequent slides in detail as well. Clarification and strengthening of existing standards on transfer pricing by way of transfer pricing rules in Model Tax Convention, which is OECD Model Tax Convention as well as UN Model Tax Convention, and transfer pricing guidelines issued by OECD. Existing standards in this area have been clarified and strengthened. The work has focused on three key areas. First, Action Plan 8, Intangibles. addresses transfer pricing issues relating to controlled transactions involving intangibles, again distribution of income through intangibles among intra-firm services. So addressing the issues relating to controlled transactions involving intangibles. Controlled transactions is nothing but transaction between intercompany of the same M&E which are related to intangibles. Intangibles are by definition mobile and they are generally difficult to value. Misallocation of the profits generated by valuable intangibles. Misallocation of the profits generated by valuable intangibles is a significant cause of BEPS. So there are intangibles. There has been misallocation of profits based on valuation of intangibles and which is leading to effects of BEPS. So BEPS Action Plan has highlighted the issue related to intangibles wherein M&E companies are indulging in practices wherein they are successfully reducing the tax liability by way of misallocation of profits amongst interfirm amongst amongst its entities by way of valuing the intangibles. So BEPS Action Plan number 8 is related to intangibles, risk and capital. Correlation between contractual allocations of risk and actual decision making is missing. There is no correlation between the risk stated in contracts vis-a-vis who is making the actual decision. And returns do not correspond to the level of activity undertaken by the funding company. So again, misappropriation, misallocation of profits, and no correlation between the level of activity conducted by the funding company and the profit which has been stated in the books of accounts of the group company of the funding company. So friends, risk and capital related to BEPS Action Plan 9. Next is other high risk areas. The scope for addressing profit allocations resulting from controlled transactions. The scope for addressing profit allocations resulting from controlled transactions which are not commercially rational. So there has been allocations of profit amongst the inter-firm transaction of a particular M&E which are not commercially rational, which prima facie may not be properly allocated vis-a-vis level of activity, vis-a-vis risk undertaken, vis-a-vis funding company. The scope for targeting the use of transfer pricing methods in a way which results in diverting profits for the most economically important activities of the M&E group, and the use of certain type of payments between member of M&E group such as management fees and head office expenses to erode the tax base in the absence of alignment with the value creation. So amongst member entities, among inter-firm entities, there will always be a common expenditure which is incurred by the M&E group. It will be administration expenses, management fees. There will be a company who is providing IT services, information technology services. There will be a company which provides, you can say, rental services, wherein fixed asset is provided, where a building is provided on rent by the company to other member entities of the same M&E. So there should be a profit allocation, there should be expenses allocation amongst the intra-firm entities. And in absence of clarity, there is a possibility that distribution of administration expenses amongst the member entity is distorted only to achieve non-taxation or reduced taxation. Meaning, where the value is created, expenses should be allocated over there. However, this is not the case, and accordingly which is resulting into BEPS. So friends, other high risk areas has been addressed, has been highlighted in BEPS Action Plan number 10. So friends, you can see BEPS Action Plan 8 to 10 is related to transfer pricing outcomes, which highlights the issue related to value creation, intangibles, risk and capital, and other high risk transactions, wherein there has been difficulty in valuing the process, valuing the intangibles, and there has been distortion at the end of M&Es, where there is misallocation of profits among the same entity, among the intra-firm entities of the same MNC. OECD transfer pricing guidelines. In addition to the OECD transfer pricing guidelines, the transfer pricing guidelines released in 2017 provide guidance on the application of ALP, arm's length price. So additional guidance are also provided in OECD transfer pricing guidelines in a way how to apply ALP, arm's length principle, which will value the transaction value amongst the member entity, assuming that the same transaction has been, if this transaction had been incurred with a third party, cut start with a third party, then what should have been the value? That value should be applied in a controlled transaction as well. So additional guidelines have been provided related to arm's length principle. So friends, this concludes BEPS Action Plan 8 to 10 related to transfer pricing outcomes.